Shooting light at the end of your tunnel. Was just a freight train coming your way.
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, that's right, it's me, it's Potty Mark. Welcome back to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 video. I don't know why I sound like this, but apparently it's what I'm doing for the time being. I actually sound like a dude that reads the football scores on you know, the fucking the pools results and whatnot. And so what's happening, folks? I've had a fuck of a couple of weeks. You guys all know that. So Friday was my friend's cremation. That was fucking weird, because what none of the guys that knew him from when I knew him, so from university, none of that crowd. The big lad had went and joined the Salvation Army. He was a soldier of God. So I spent, like, you know, the whole weekend trying to be Dan Aykroyd and the Blues Brothers, just talking about a mission from God. We're on a mission from God. And, you know, I couldn't get that shit out of my head. But the big lad was going to go off and be a minister in the Salvation Army. You know, he was a soldier of God. Well, you know, if that made him happy, you know, and it seems like it did, you know, judging by everything that I'm being told by his captains and his division commander and shit. I mean, like, what? He's just not Cobra. He's not G.I. Joe. You have a fucking division commander. You get the fuck out of here, you know? But whatever, you know, I'm not here to preach religious intolerance or any of the rest of that. Good luck to the big lad. You know, he seemed to have got his life turned around. He was in a happy place, which makes it even fucking worse that, you know, shit happened the way it did. You know, I mean, please don't take this in any way, shape or form that I'm suicidal, but, you know, somebody like me who has lost everything in their life, who feels like they have very little left to aim for, to live towards, you know, with both parents and Jane and everything, you know. And like I said, please don't take that as any sign of suicidalness in my part. It's not. I'm just saying, you know, I lost everything. Bob had finally gained everything. You know, he got everything on track. His family were doing well. He was starting to lose weight. He joined himself to the Salvation Army, and he was happy. He had a plan. He'd got himself a job, a permanent job as well. Well, it was a 3-month contract, which he was actually approaching the end of. But the company, he was an engineer. The company were going to create a post for him just so that they could keep him on, because he was that impressive in his work. I mean, that's the Bob I knew. You know what I mean? But the Bob that I really knew was, like, you know, AC/DC, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Joe Satriani fan. You know what I mean? Used to wear fucking Led Zeppelin t-shirts and shit like that, Rolling Stones t-shirts. This dude was not a, you know, his ringtone used to be Highway to Hell, and apparently in recent weeks, he had changed his ringtone to I've Got a Friend in Jesus, which, you know, that's not the big guy I knew. So as such, I decided that something needed to be done. Well, part of it was whenever I walked out of the cremation, and all the guys, you know, all the crew, it was almost like, you know, again, in the Blues Brothers, we're putting the band back together, and almost everybody was there, and it was good to see people. So I said to someone, I came out, and I shouldn't have done it at a fucking crematorium, but I walked out and said, fuck this shit, guys, we have got to get together again before somebody else fucking dies. And look at that dude jumping, fucking getting mauled. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things that you start to only see people again from your university and your school life. You only start seeing them again then at funerals and weddings, and that's fucked up. That's not cool, you know. So I want to make sure that we, as a group of friends, as a group of compadres, amigos, whatever other fucking word that you want to use for friends there, as a band of brothers and sisters, that we actually get ourselves together more often. So as such, the 30th and the 31st of August, I have booked 15 rooms in the university accommodation that we all used to live in, including Bob himself. And I am going to work on getting the Student Union bar, which we all used to work in, including Bob himself. Get it all together. Get the union open. The union has been closed since we left. Oops. I think we were the only ones that was actually fucking drinking in it and keeping the damn thing open. But, you know, apparently since our group left, the whole university seems to have gone down the shitter. I mean, there's no personality there anymore. I mean, come on, people, what the fuck? So, you know, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna rock shit out. But, you know, it's it's strange. I spent all morning organising that. So like I said, 15 rooms, 10 confirmed, and 5 more provisionally booked. I've got food organised, which will be tasty, because that's another thing. The shop that was in the student village, in the accommodation, which is a wee corner shop kind of thing, grocery shop and whatnot. The lady that runs it says that she doesn't. She's not making as much money anymore, and she's not as friendly with the students anymore, because they're a new breed and they're assholes. They're not us. I mean, I think I was genuinely, me and Bob probably were genuinely keeping that place open with double cheeseburgers, 2 or 3 times a day. No wonder I'm a fat fucker. Or no wonder Bob was either. But like I said, we're putting the band back together. We're going down there. We're going to have ourselves some fun. Should I go for the Predator quote? Nah, we're sticking with Blues Brothers at the time being. But so that's something that I'm going to look forward to. And then a couple of days after that, I have something else, which I've been basically on the go, working and organising things all day. And then I had a little bit of a lull. So I went and I spoke to a guy in a town not too far away, and he's going to do a little bit of work for me. So I've been at home here organising that. And what I've been doing is I've been designing my first tattoo. It's a Polynesian style chest plate and half sleeve. Now, I know that Maori people and people from the Polynesian Triangle are not overly keen on the white man getting their ink, because they see it as a sign of disrespect. And an awful lot of white people get it because it looks cool, but they don't understand the symbolism, and the fact that it's religious to them and it's cultural. It's as adolescents they got inked up, and the ink tells the story of your life. But if it eases anybody's conscience, it sure as fuck doesn't matter to me. But my great grandparents moved to Tahiti. If you could, let's say Tahiti, and then they had kids. So that's where my part of my family originated from. So technically, I'm Tahitian. So I'm allowed to do this. Bullshit, but I don't really care. I've actually studied the symbolism and the symbols and the meanings of them and stuff like that. I'm doing this thing properly, and what I'm getting on the chest, it's going to be like a turtle, and the turtle is depends on which tribe. You see, that's the thing. The tribes all have different meanings for the same symbols. So with some tribes, basically the general idea of the turtle is health and longevity, and also protection, because the turtle shell was used a lot for protection. Then inside that, in the shell, there will be a sun, which is again good luck and fortune and good destiny. Then on the shoulder, there's going to be a warrior. That would be me, surrounded by a braid, a rope, which is a symbol of family and ancestry. So that would be the idea behind it being behind or around the warrior, is that the family is enclosing, encompassing the warrior and protecting it. And then under that, there will be a shark turned on its side, supporting everything. And the shark is a symbol of strength, of having no fear, of always moving forward. And it's just, I've tried to work on this sort of stuff and get the damn thing done right, to make it honest. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, folks, we're at the end of this video. You're sitting here listening to me ramble on for no apparent reason. So what I'm going to say to you is, fuck it, why not? Peace, love, and puppies, folks. I love you all.